ever thought the origins of being a scumbag are just like sucking it, like actually winning the real way? Like, why would you go the way where you backstab everybody or whatever it is?
At one point, it was said that this scandal would make the Mike Postle scandal look like a church service. The Jungleman ghosting controversy is one for the record books, and it involves one of the most prolific poker stars in the entire world. So what happened?
And there were accusations going on that were like, wow, there's more to this. You know what I mean? I had this idea of this like recruiting operation and multiple pros, and this is the tip of the iceberg type of thing.
And why did it change how online poker is played for just about everyone involved? In the world of high-stakes poker, few players have garnered as much respect and controversy as Daniel Jungleman Cates. Known for his daring plays and rapid rise in poker's competitive scene, Cates has become one of the game's most recognized figures. But in 2020, Cates' reputation took a hit when he found himself at the center of a ghosting scandal, accused of advising another player in real time during an online poker tournament. But to understand the significance of the situation, it's essential to know who Daniel Cates is and how he achieved his reputation. Born in Bowie, Maryland in 1989, Cates developed a competitive streak from a young age. Initially, he was obsessed with video games, particularly Command & Conquer, where he honed his strategic thinking skills and his ability to grind it out alone in front of a computer.
They help to get you ready for things with longer payoff systems, such as poker, and help train like the critical thinking skills and the mental stamina skills or whatever.
He began his poker journey at the age of just 17, starting out in low-stakes games. Like many aspiring players, he struggled in the beginning and reportedly lost a lot of money before finding his rhythm. Determined to improve, Cates devoted hours each day to studying poker theory, analyzing hands, and playing as many games as he could.
I was able to move up in stakes to nosebleeds. I believe it must have taken me until I was 21, roughly.
His persistence and analytical mindset paid off, and he soon began winning consistently. By his late teens, Cates had developed a style marked by aggression, by intuition, and by an impressive understanding of poker math, earning him the nickname Jungleman due to his almost predatory playing style. But let's be real, the nickname really came from his disheveled look and ridiculously hairy arms. As he moved up in stakes, Cates became a real force in both live and online poker. His breakthrough came in 2009 when he began competing in high-stakes games on Full Tilt Poker, facing off against some of the biggest names in the game, including Victor Blom in his prime. His reputation solidified in 2010 during the Dur Challenge, a high-profile heads-up challenge against poker savant Tom Dewan. By the time play was suspended in 2011, Cates had a commanding lead, with Dewan owing him over $1.2 million. And if you want to learn more about the Dur Challenge, we've got a video all around it. The link is in the description. But back to Jungleman, his success continued through the years, and he amassed millions in winnings, becoming one of the most profitable online cash players in history. However, like many high-stakes players, Cates also experienced substantial losses. Poker, particularly at the elite level, is as much about managing losses as it is about securing wins, and Cates' journey was no exception. His careers included both impressive victories and costly defeats, each contributing to his legacy in the world of poker. Now in 2020, he found himself embroiled in a scandal that threatened to tarnish his hard-earned reputation. The incident centered around allegations that Cates had engaged in ghosting during a high-stakes online poker tournament. Ghosting, a practice where one player secretly advises or coaches another player in real time, is viewed as highly unethical because it gives an unfair advantage. Unlike typical strategy discussions that players might have outside of games, ghosting allows one player to directly influence another player's decisions in the moment, effectively amplifying their skill level and potentially altering the outcome of the game. In this case, Cates was accused of providing real-time guidance to a friend playing in a major online tournament, giving this friend insights and strategic advice that they might not have come up with independently. The scandal initially came to light when Bill Perkins called the incident on Twitter a scandal that would make the Mike Postle scandal look like a church service. After that, poker and social media star Dan Bilzerian shared a post with an image of a man he identified identified as Sina Taleb, alleging he, Perkins, and others were cheated on the Fun Ocean poker app by having Cates play on Taleb's account. Cates responded, calling Bilzerian's post misleading, and issued a statement on Twitter clarifying his involvement, essentially saying that he played with Sina only in a few sessions, none of which were against Bilzerian. He played limited hands against Perkins in a game he believed involved ghosting by multiple pros. Given the high skill level, he felt it was acceptable at the time to play. He regretted any trouble this had caused to Bill Perkins, who was caught up in the crossfire, and he apologized for it. He said, "While I don't believe it's fair to be singled out for actions many others are more culpable of, as a role model in poker, I accept my responsibility." The thing is, though, this wasn't Cates' first controversy over playing under someone else's name. In 2011, he helped Jose Gira Macedo win a sponsorship prize from Lock Poker by using Macedo's account to play, including winning over $43,000 from US pro Tyler Smith, who had made it clear that he did not want to play against Cates. This ghosting controversy in question struck a nerve within the poker community because it called into question the fundamental principles of fair play. Poker, whether played live or online, is traditionally a solo game. Each player's decisions, their strategy, and their skill level determine their success. Ghosting disrupts this balance, allowing one player to borrow the expertise of another, ultimately giving them a distinct edge over others who rely solely on their own abilities. In a high-stakes setting where a single decision can mean the difference between winning or losing thousands of dollars, even a slight advantage can have major financial and psychological consequences for all players involved. Cates would go on to issue a further apology on Twitter, stating, "To be clear, I think multi-accounting is wrong even if others are doing it. And while it is condoned, the first step for me and others to change that is to stop doing it myself. As an example, I am sorry and will find a way to make things right." This scandal had immediate and long-lasting effects on the poker community, sparking debates about integrity, about transparency, and about the future of the game in a digital age. Ghosting, like other forms of real-time assistance, represents a unique challenge because it's difficult to detect and prevent in online environments. As more players gravitate toward online platforms, the need for clear rules and effective monitoring mechanisms becomes more critical to protect the integrity of the game. Many players and industry insiders argued that the ghosting incident served as a wake-up call for the community. Prominent figures in poker emphasized the importance of personal integrity, respect for opponents, and adherence to ethical standards as fundamental to the game's credibility. And while poker has a history of deception and psychological maneuvering, ghosting differs in that it introduces a form of outside assistance that goes beyond strategy or skill, effectively blurring the lines between fair competition and cheating. Ultimately, as the community adapts to the digital era, maintaining the integrity of the game will require collaboration between players, operators, and industry leaders. By learning from incidents like this ghosting controversy, the poker world can strive to create an environment that is fair and transparent, and true to the spirit of competition that has defined the game for generations. So let's see what happens next.
You know, if there's a match, I'll be there. And I'll be ready for anything, anyone, anytime, any place. Name the game.
And that's it for this one. Thank you for watching another episode of Poker Boom. What are some other major poker controversies that you'd like to see us cover? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.